People who have been regular viewers of the iconic show The Kardashians are aware about just how turbulent the relationship of the two Scott Disick was. Recently, the two ex-lovers decided to reunite, which of course surprised fans to say the least. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to our channel. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick reunite? Let's take a look into it. Number 5. Kourtney and Scott's relationship. Kourtney and Scott were, without a doubt, the fan-favorite couple on the Kardashians, but that only lasted until the end of their honeymoon phase. After that, people got to see just how toxic their relationship was. When the two of them decided to go their separate ways, fans kind of expected it, but some were still eager to know just what went wrong. What was the breaking point? These questions were answered on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It was revealed that Scott was pretty much an alcoholic and a cheater. According to Kourtney, all these things were deal breakers for her, and one day she decided that she was done with the relationship. She just couldn't bear it any longer. That's when the two of them broke up.
I don't even think she knows what gluten is. I don't. Do you?
No.
Does anybody?
Number 4. Kourtney moves on with her life. A while after being done with Scott, rumors started to surface which said that Kourtney was dating the Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker. Fans were under the impression that this was just one of those Kardashian flings that ends as soon as they begin, but that wasn't the case this time. In February 2021, Kourtney made her relationship with Travis official via her Instagram, in a post in which she was holding the musician's hand. This put an end to the rumor. Not in the conventional way, however. What we mean to say is that it confirmed that the rumors were true. Kourtney and Travis were romantically involved. The two of them went on ahead to get married. Mind you, fans were still pretty skeptical whether the two would actually follow through with the engagement and get married. To everyone's surprise, they did. All of this happened in a very short span of time. In some people's eyes, Kourtney has finally found the love of her life after leaving her rocky relationship with Scott behind. Is it true though? Well, that's something only time will tell. Number 3. How did Scott react? It's pretty typical of exes who didn't treat their partner right to be unhappy when they finally see the other person moving forward in their life. This was also what happened with Scott. On one episode of The Kardashians, he even revealed that he was hoping to get back with Kourtney in the future. That wasn't all that he said, however. The man also pretty much victimized himself, saying that he felt his relationship with Kourtney was one-sided and that he made all the effort. When Scott found out about Kourtney's engagement and marriage to Travis Barker, he apparently didn't take it all too well. At least that's what sources close to him seem to have reported. Apparently, he felt uncomfortable seeing Kourtney finding happiness with Scott, but is also willing to wish the two of them well, as his eyes have been open to the fact that getting back together with Kourtney is nothing but a pipe dream at this point. Well, the piece of advice we can offer the former couple, especially Scott, is to let bygones be bygones. From what we've heard, Scott is already heeding to that, as another source has said that he's willing to move on with his life as well, and hopes to get married once again, even if it's not with Kourtney. Before we continue, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button if you're enjoying it. Also press the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Now let's get back to what we were talking about.
Love that. She found someone. I'm happy for her. She's got a man that loves her.
Number 2. Kourtney and Scott reunite. There have been headlines going around recently that Kourtney and Scott have reunited, but it's not like what you might think. The two of them reunited last week in the sense that they attended their son Mason Disick's 13th birthday together, which was of course pretty much expected, as both of them are his parents. Mason celebrated his bar mitzvah. The family had dinner together, and then his party was held at Off Sunset in West Hollywood, a source told ET. Scott took the lead on planning everything, and he was so happy with how it turned out. He was really proud of Mason and glad to be celebrating this milestone with him, they added. Number 1. How did Kourtney and Scott interact? Kourtney and Scott arrived at the event in different cars. From what the reports say, the two of them were very friendly with one another. They talked on several occasions and even hung out with one another at the party. Kourtney and Scott were focused on making sure that their son, Mason, had a blast on his big day. They were apparently willing to put the past behind them for this one important thing. Other notable people who were present at the bar mitzvah were Kim, Kylie, Kendall, and their mother, the matriarch of the family, Kris. Things between the whole Kardashian-Jenner family and Scott weren't at all as awkward as people might have thought they would be. At the end of the day, everything went smoothly.
Kylie,
This brings us to the end of our video. Here was a deep dive into the whole thing about Kourtney and Scott apparently reuniting.